Working for the past 10 years in an international environment, I learned that there are two ways of really uniting people.
Hello, this is Lee Tao of Pie Growers. Today we get to speak with Luca Parmitano, the Italian astronaut who's going to launch on July 20th with Drew Morgan from the United States and Alexander Skvortsov from Russia, going up to the International Space Station on the 50th anniversary of man's first stepping on the moon. So 50 years ago, Russia and the United States were at each other in his big space race. And so what a great privilege to speak with Luca and to get his perspective on how the United States and Russia and everyone around the world really is working together on the International Space Station. Here's what he has to say.
The first way is having a common enemy. That's a terrible way to do it, because usually you have to create one. That's what happens on Earth. In order for you to achieve your result and grab allies for your party, and what I mean by party is for your side, you create an enemy and say, oh look, we have this enemy, let's all join our forces against this enemy, whether it's imaginary or not. The other way, and that's where we excel in spaceflight and in science, is to create a common goal. And the goal of exploration, of science in general, but I think exploration really grabs at our hearts and our imagination, is so powerful, as such a pull that really involves everybody all over the world. That's what I've seen in my small experience as an astronaut, is that once we get on board, Sasha and I, my crewmate, he used to be an air defense pilot for Russia, technically an enemy for my father pilot from the NATO coalition. But yet when we are in orbit, we see each other as brothers, even more than crewmates. We have one common goal. The higher the goal, the more people you can involve, and the more people will be united by the goal.
Luca is such a good man. It's no wonder he's part of the International Space Station launch on July 20th. While they were setting up for the press conference, I had the opportunity to observe Luca and Drew and Alexander interacting. Lee Tao with an online collaboration community. Luca, I'd like to start with you. Of all the intense training that you go through, tell me the importance of a sense of humor.
Oh, first of all, I hope I have one. Being able to lighten up when things get really stressful, I think is essential. Yesterday we had a very intense session of emergency training, and I made sure that at the end of the briefing I said, whatever we're doing, no matter where we are, with a gas mask on or an oxygen mask, in the smoke, trying to clean up a big mess, take 5 seconds to think what we're doing is really awesome, it's fun, we should be having fun. Sasha and I have been in several simulations in the Soyuz where the instructor really did their best to give us a hard time and try to kill us in a simulation, obviously. And Sasha and I have several times looked at each other and just give a good laugh to to shrug it off, say, hey, this is a simulation, we're having fun, this is really going well. So it is important to be able to lighten up and take it with a good spirit.
I want to thank Luca so much. Fantastic lessons to take away. 3 things to take away. Lee's 3 keys would be, number 1, before we even got to the sense of humor, I think that the relationships. You see Luca, Alexander, Andrew, and the people they'll be joining in social activities, lots of activities, so build the relationships. Number 2, what you heard was make your goals large enough. What's the goal that the parties who might otherwise be in conflict have in common? How can we bring them together? And number 3 today was keep a sense of humor. Even in the intense situations, and Luca was in an intense situation. He's been in space for about 5 months at the International Space Station before. When he was on one of his walks, his helmet began to fill with water. It's possible that he could have drowned. Everybody kept a cool head, then he got inside. But one of the things he's learned is keep a sense of humor. Thank you. We'll see you next week.